Tonight I am going to attempt to bleed the cooling system on this guy. I know sometimes these are tricky and catch air pockets, but I'll go over the way that I've seen online and that has worked out the best for me to get all the air out of the system. Now if you watch my other video, you know that I did the whole cooling system on this. I did the water pump, I did the thermostat, I did the radiator, I did expansion tank. So pretty much everything on this is new and pretty empty. So from what I've seen and what I did on my last one is you will remove this screw here all the way out. And then we'll start filling it up. I guess what I should do first is get a pan under here, because what's going to happen is you're going to fill this up all the way. It's going to fill up the radiator, it's going to fill up this side, and then it'll start trying to fill up this part. And as it does so, air is going to come out of this, but along with it is coolant. So I'm going to get a pan underneath, because when it starts spilling out of here, it'll make a pretty good mess. But let me grab a pan and then we'll start pouring some coolant in. So we'll start pouring this in, see how far we get. Hopefully all the connections we made are tight. If not, they will for surely reveal themselves at this point. So as I pour this in, see the air bubbles there? Just want to pour it nice and slow. Get all, or almost all, the air out that you can at this point. Still some in there. So we're getting pretty close. Need a lot less air coming up out of there now. Might try to squeeze a couple of the hoses. See if we can just get any last bits of air out that we can. Top her off some more, and then once we get it to a pretty decent ratio of no more air coming out, kind of like where we're at, what we're going to do is we're going to put the screw back in it and start it up. And then let the engine get warm. And yeah, I'm gonna call that good. So I'll let the engine get warm. I've seen a lot of them say that you start it up, or you run the fan and heater and stuff on the inside right now because it's got an electric pump on it. But I didn't do that on my last one, or I didn't notice a change. But I guess we could give it a shot, see if anything happens. So let's go turn that on. Key. So they say turn this on, turn the heat on. Not that. And run this. See, I did this last time. I didn't notice a single bit of movement in the coolant level. But I'm not seeing any leaks, so that is a good sign. Besides the mess we have over here, so it makes it hard to tell if I have a leak. But so far so good, I think. So I'll let this run for a minute, just for kicks and because the internet says to, and then we'll start it up and see if it'll pump some of this through and see how much more we need to add. So after starting it up, you can see the level drop, but it's not down to, so this is supposed to be down in here. So it's still over full, so we're not going to add any yet. We'll let it run for a little bit and see what happens. I didn't even check to see if our coolant light's on. Hopefully not. Nope. Check engine, windshield washer fluid, obviously airbag. But no coolant light, so that's a plus. So we'll let it run for a minute, see how far this level drops. And then also if the heater starts getting hot enough. Well, the coolant's starting to almost come out the top, so I'm going to put the lid on it. There we go. And we'll let the system pressurize and see if we got any leaks. Also, if we have any heat, that'd be nice for the winter. Alright, we'll let her run for a bit. Well, I just took her around the block a little bit. I can't get it to warm up fully. Air coming up lukewarm. And I notice I do have a leak. It's right out of that thermostat. Whatever you call it. The lower radiator hose has a little thermostat in it. I tried to reuse the O-ring. Even though everyone said not to, so note to yourself if you're doing this, don't reuse that O-ring, just buy the new one, which is what I'll be doing. I don't know if I got another leak, or is it just leftovers from up here? Probably leftovers, it's a weird spot to be leaking at. I don't know why it's not warming up all the way. That's hot. And that's not. So, I don't know. Maybe I got an air bubble. maybe something else. I don't know. It's not overheating, which is a good thing. But it's definitely not, I mean, it's lukewarm. I don't think the thermostat's opened up yet. I don't know what else to do to try to get to open unless I let it cool off and try to re-bleed it. Just maybe what I'll do. Call it a night and try again in the morning. Okay, we got home from the hardware store today, and these are the non-M or non-M Tech bumper brackets. And I ordered some on eBay, and these are the new ones. So instead of on this guy, you have one bolt, and this slides into the fender up here. On the M ones, you have two bolts that go in the fender, and this big now slide on for the bumper. I don't know if I'm going to have to change this out, but we'll find out. But first, I ran down to Lowe's because Home Depot did not have them, and found a number 31 O-ring. So that's what you need if you got to replace the O-ring for the sensor. I guess I can show you over here. This is the lower radiator hose on my old one. So there's a sensor that goes in here that has a green O-ring on it if it's OEM. And if you're replacing this hose, get you an O-ring because they leak. And everyone said that. I didn't believe it, and it definitely happened. So now I get to crawl down in here, that guy right there, and pull it out and replace the O-ring on it. Try not to lose a bunch of coolant. So that's the electrical clip, and now this will, if I squeeze the sides and pull that out, I can put one of these on it. But of course they don't just sell one, so now I have like 10, soon to be 9. But that's what I'll be doing. I'll replace that. And I got the front of the car lifted in the air. So after I replace the O-ring, I'm going to try to get some more air out of the system and see if she'll warm up. Note to self, when you do these things, don't do them at night. I had this set all the way to cold, which is making this feel lukewarm. I come out here today, realize that, flip it up to that, and it is scalding hot. So just make note of that if you are working on bleeding your system. I replaced that O-ring. I have no more leaks. I put my bumper mounts on, slid the bumper on. She doesn't look half bad. I made these hang out the hole because I plan on putting the fog lights in, and if they're not out that hole, then they will get eaten by the tire because I don't know where the fender liner is. But I gotta work on this gap here. It's more than it should be, and it's because if I crawl under here, you might be able to see it. It's right in there. That is missing a screw. It's supposed to go from that lower white piece right there up to, let's see if I can get it. There's an upper one which will pull this bumper up, and I got to get rid of this plastic. The factory non-M bumpers have these guides on them right in here, and you don't need them apparently because it's blocking the way up for that bumper on that side. I took it off this side and it fits nicer. I mean, it's not perfect either, but it's way better than what it was, as in not fitting at all. So it's looking good. Got a few more things to do. Apparently these headlights, when I ordered them, they do not come with low beam bulbs, of all things, so I had to order some of those. You need to order the fog lights. I need to clean up the bumper trim that goes along here, and then put that in. I need to get the grills from the other hood, put those in, and I think the last thing to wire up is the windshield washer sprayers. and I need to wire them up. And actually, is this one color matched? Ooh, it was. I might have to swap that out. That's a good look. And it doesn't look terribly difficult. Looks like it's just a bunch of clips. Pop those out, pop it in. Yeah, so I'll probably do that. Oh, I want to get this latch because I'm pretty sure the one on the car currently is super bent.